Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I knew little one was ready for the next teat, because honestly at first you don't even think about it. He was kind of getting really frustrated on the bottle, so he was like smacking it. I mean, I don't even know where he learned that from because he was so young, but so obviously he started on teat size 1 and he was smacking it. He was like getting really frustrated with the bottle. You could tell as well that like he was so hungry for it, but it's like he wasn't getting enough quick enough. So he was kind of getting a bit red, really angry with himself. He was like gulping as well, like really just trying to, I don't know, just trying to get it in, I think, get it in and down. So I was like talking to my Instagram followers about it. I was like, you know, he's doing this, he's taking forever in a day to get this bottle down. And then it was like, it was almost as though he was so tired from trying to get all the milk out that he'd get himself exhausted and then fall asleep, but he still was really, really hungry. So it was like a catch-22. So he was kind of like snack feeding. It was awful, which then meant obviously he was like getting up more, you know, and you're feeding more often because he wasn't just getting what he needed. I know obviously he didn't miss out on any milk because it's the daily intake, so I just ended up feeding all throughout the day. But I was kind of making a rod for my own back because I didn't know about this whole teat thing. So someone mentioned it to me on Instagram, you know, is he ready for the next teat size? How old is he? Blah, blah, blah. I think this was, it was around 3 months, because I think they say around 3-4 months is when they move up to the next teat size. I think it might have been 10 weeks actually, it might have been just a little bit before his 3 months. And so I moved him to teat 2. Now, obviously, at first, it's a little bit messy, isn't it? Because they're just starting to learn the flow. So, you know, he'll have a bit of a messy bib or a little bit will come out of his mouth. But he soon picked it up. Like, I want to say within a couple of days, he was taking in that amount. And he was so much easier. I mean, he was taking in, I think it had gone from like 3 ounces to 5 ounces each time. And he was taking in a good 5 ounces and that was absolutely fine. He was doing it within, you know, like 5-6 minutes of just getting it all in. And then he was going longer throughout the day. This is when I noticed that our routine kind of started to establish, because, you know, he'd have his afternoon nap, which was, say, like an hour and a half to maybe 2.5 hours. You know, go a bit longer without milk and then take in more milk. So I actually found myself recently in the same situation. So he's 5 months now, or nearly 5 months. When I say 5 months, obviously, like, I've been asked my followers about this as well, because when do you move from weeks to months? Because obviously he can technically be 5 months if he's 20 weeks, but then he's not actually 5 months until he reaches the birth date on that month. So it's all very confusing. I mean, I don't know whether from 6 months you'll have to add an extra 2 weeks, won't you, and then start calling it 6 months. So at the moment he's around, like, say, 20 weeks, and I feel as though this whole teat situation is happening all over again to me. So, you know, he's slamming the bottle with his hand. But then I tried moving from teat 2 to 3, and it was just too much for him. He was not having it. It was going everywhere. And it's like, no matter how many days I tried to train him for, it was too much. And everyone on Instagram said to me, my baby is, I think, like a year and he still can't take that teat 3, it's way too fast. Or, you know, my baby's, I think it was like 9 months and still can't take teat 3. So the whole teat 3 for mum, I think, is for like quite advanced, you know, quite further along down the line, and he's just not there. So then I'm stuck in this situation where he's wanting a faster flow than 2, but the 3 is too much. So then a few people were saying, why don't you sterilise a pin and pop a pin through the number 2 teat, and just to make it a little bit bigger. But then I don't know, am I making it as big as teat 3? You know, I don't actually know how big I'm making it. So I've decided to switch bottles to try him on Tommy Tippy to see how it gets on. The bottles I were using were Dr. Brown's before, because I just felt like his win was so much better. And to be honest, the Dr. Brown's bottles were really, really good. I will say that he had less wind on the Dr. Brown bottles than any other bottle I've tried. Even like the whole anti-colic bottles and all that, the Dr. Brown ones were the best for me, my personal experience. He didn't like the Dr. Brown teats to begin with in the newborn stage. Again, I was speaking to somebody about this today, and my baby would only take the mam teats. I think it's because when you breastfeed, your nipple does actually go flat. People obviously think it's round because it looks round, but when the baby takes it, it goes flatter. And that's obviously what the mam teats are, they're the flat ones. So I had to actually put the mam teats in the Dr. Brown bottles. I was just really careful because if they weren't pulled out properly, obviously they'd leak. And when I went, you know, into the car, I'd have to make sure the bottles are always upright, but you know, it is what it is. It doesn't last forever. I just dealt with it because he was getting less wind and the teat he accepted. But now he's older, he's not really so bothered about the teats. He now will actually take a tummy tippy teat. I am going to try the Dr. Brown teat size 3, I think. I'm going to get those as well to see whether he takes those. Because if he takes those, then perfect. I can do the Dr. Brown bottles with the Dr. Brown teats and win-win. But if he doesn't, then I know he's taking these tummy tippy teats and tummy tippy teats. That sounds really weird. Sorry. And he is taking size 3 at the moment, and the bottle is going down a lot easier. So I know the teat situation. Maybe then he'll start to increase his milk throughout the day, and then he might go longer throughout the night. Let's pray. We can only pray. But I know this is like, you know, a little journey that we're on right now to find this whole bottle and teat that works for us. Yeah, I do. Again, I always get this, don't I, when I'm filming, my pump alarm. So yeah, the teat. So you got to work out what works best for you, because obviously some people will say, oh, you know, those teats didn't work for my little one like this. You know, it's all trial and error. I can only say what's worked best for me and the winding purposes, because on the tummy tippy ones, as much as the flow's been better for him, he has been getting more wind, which I can tell like hurts him more. You know, he lets you know when he's got wind. And I noticed that obviously when I'm feeding him the bottle, the air does get into that bottle a lot easier than the Dr. Brown ones. I think I did kind of take the Dr. Brown bottles for granted in a way, because they really did get out a lot of that air. So like I said, I am going to try the teats for the Dr. Brown ones in a size 3, and I can let you guys know what I think of those. At the moment, he is on the size 3 tummy tippy. Again, it is letting in a lot of air, but I haven't tried the anti-colic ones yet. Obviously, I've not been paid by any brand to discuss this. This is just like my own product review, because obviously I just think it's important to kind of say what sort of stages you've been through. So let me do a question of the day for you guys. Have you been able to register the baby yet? I actually haven't. So I think I had a date for it, but then something happened. I can't remember what happened. Oh yeah, they changed the date on it, and they changed my sister's date as well. I think that they've reopened it for everyone, so then it all got booked up and things double booked. So they actually changed our dates. So me and Chloe are yet to register our babies, and no, we're not in trouble. We're not going to get fined. The registrar office know about this. They've actually the ones that gave us our dates. I think because they had such a backlog before, and obviously then opening it to all the babies that were being born as well, there's just been so many for them to get through. And at first, our registration office wasn't open. It was like one of the last ones to open. So yeah, we still haven't registered our babies yet, but maybe by the time this video is out, they might be. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you can maybe like get some teat advice. I don't know, because I know I needed it, and it helped me as well, because he was getting really frustrated. So I think the opposite, by the way, happens. Just throw in here that obviously, like I said, if the teat size is too big, genuinely you'll know they'll start choking. You know, they just won't be able to take their milk, and they still will get frustrated, but you'll notice the complete opposite, of them needing to increase their teat size. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and if you like what you see, then just click the like button, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and then follow me on Instagram, and I look forward to speaking to you guys soon. If you want to comment in the comment section, I'll reply back to your comments as well. Take care. Bye bye.